Hello, boys and girls. This video is going to review the problems that are at the end of Module 1, Lesson 3. This begins in your workbook on page 29. So on page 29, problem 1 and 2, they ask you to complete the table and tell if it represents a proportional relationship. Well, the first one says the cost of a school lunch is $2.50. So if you buy one lunch, you would pay $2.50. If you buy two lunches, you would pay $5. Three lunches would be $7.50, and four lunches would be $10. Okay. Is this proportional? Yes, it is, because each time I'm multiplying this number times 250 to get this number. Okay. So this is, yes, it's proportional. All right, if I wrote all of these as rates, say $5 for two lunches, and then I reduced them so that they have reduced them to a unit rate, I would have 250, and all of these would have the same 250 over 1. That's why it's proportional. Anna walks her dog at a constant rate of 12 blocks in 8 minutes. So 12 blocks in 8 minutes. But here's the question. What's the unit rate on this? Okay, we could find that out, but do we need to know it to answer the question? Probably not, because isn't 24 double 12? So wouldn't this be double also? Yes, it would. This would be 16. And 12 times 3 is 36, so 8 times 3 is 24. And 12 times 4 is 48, so 8 times 4 is 32. That's one way to do it. Now, you could also find the unit rate on this by, if we took blocks per minute, and we want to reduce this so that we have a 1 here, we'd have to do 12 divided by 8, right? So 12 divided by 8 is 1.5. So basically, she's walking 1.5 blocks per minute. Okay, so that would be her unit rate, blocks per minute. And this is a constant rate. It tells you it's a constant rate, so that means this is proportional. Okay. Questions 3 and 4. Fun Center rents popcorn machines for $20 per hour. In addition to the hourly charge, there's a rental fee of $35. Okay, so you're going to pay this upfront fee of $35, then plus $20 to rent the machine. So if you only want one machine, you're going to be paying $55. If you want two machines, well, you would pay the $35 fee, but then you also have to pay $40 to rent the machines, which gives you $75. For 3 machines, you would pay the $35 rental fee and then $60 to rent the machines, which would give you $95. And finally, if you had 4 machines, it would be $80, and you would have $115. Now, this is not proportional or non-proportional. And the reason that this is not proportional is because of this rental fee. They're not charging that rental fee for every machine. It's an upfront fee that makes it so that there's no way, if you have 55 over 1 and 75 over 2, if you divide top and bottom by 2, you get 37.5 over 1, and that's not equal to 55. All right, so this is not proportional because the unit rates are not equal. Jean has $280 in her savings account. Starting next week, she will deposit $30 in her account every week. Well, they want to know how much money she has total, okay? So she starts with $380 and she deposits $30. Now she's going to have $310. The following week, she deposits another $30, so she would have $340. And then another $30, $370. And yet another $30, $400. This is not proportional, and it's not proportional because she started with the $280, all right? That's going to throw off, there's no, you can't reduce this to get this, all right? If I write the first week as a unit rate, it would be $310 in 1 week. and it's not equal to $340 in 2 weeks. Clearly, those are never going to be the same. This would be 100, whatever, 150 plus 20, 170 over 1. Clearly not equal. All right, these two would have to be equal to be proportional, and they're not. So you would say, no, they're not proportional because the ratios are different. Okay, moving on to 5 and 6. Rocco paid $12.50 for 25 game tickets. Louisa paid $17.50 for 35 game tickets. What is the constant of proportionality? Okay, so they're basically telling us that these are proportional. And if we're paying $12.50 for 25 tickets, all right, what we want is this to be over 1. So we would divide top and bottom by 25 to find out what she's paying per ticket. All right, don't worry, I have my handy dandy calculator of math here. $12.50 divided by 25 is 0.5. Okay, so she's paying 50 cents per ticket. That's her unit rate. Now, or his unit rate. Louisa is doing the same thing. Is she paying the same rate? Well, let's see. We have $17.50 for 35 tickets. If we go to a unit rate, we would divide this number by 35. And ta-da, what do you think? 0.5. So they're both paying the same price. The unit price is 50 cents per ticket. Number 6, a baker in 70 minutes iced 40 cupcakes, and in 49 minutes iced 28 cupcakes. What is the constant of proportionality? All right, so we have cupcakes per minute. Cupcakes per minute. And we know we did 40 cupcakes in 70 minutes, and we did 28 cupcakes in 49 minutes. What's the constant of proportionality? In order to find that, we have to get to a unit rate. So here we would divide top and bottom by 70. Ooh, that's ugly. This one works out to 0.57-ish. That's rounded. And now this one, you would divide top and bottom by 49 to get a 1 here. And it's the same, 0.57-ish, rounded. Okay? So that tells us that he can frost just about a half of a cupcake per minute. Okay? Oh, and the constant of proportionality is 0.57. Here, the constant of proportionality is 0.5 or 50 cents. I should say that. Number 7, the table shows the amount of dietary fiber in bananas. Use the table to find the constant of proportionality. All right. Well, they're telling you it's a proportion because they want you to find the constant of proportionality. So we would go fiber divided by bananas. All right. Now we want to go to 1. So we would divide this by 3, which would give us 3.1. Okay. Does it work if we do the next one? 18.6 divided by 6. And again, we get 3.1. So the constant of proportionality for this problem is 3.1. The table shows the distance traveled by a runner. Use the table to find the constant of proportionality. Now, we had a conversation about this the other day in class. Is it possible to have a constant of proportionality when you're running? Well, we didn't think it was possible because you would get tired, but this seems to contradict what we believe. Let's see. We were going to do this obviously in miles per hour, so let's see if this really is a constant of proportionality. If we can do 4.55 miles in 0.5 hours, and we want this to go to 1, we would divide top and bottom by 0.5, gives us 9.1. I think we should try another example just to make sure we're still getting 9.1. So let's do 13.65 divided by 1.5. Okay. Well, 13.65 divided by 1.5 is 9.1. So apparently we have some superhero here who is running 9.1 miles every hour consistently ad nauseum forever. Pretty hard to believe. Okay. Maybe a Jeep Wrangler could do that. I don't think a person running could do that. But you know me and Reveal, we don't agree on everything. Moving on. Number 9, the table shows the amount of restaurant is donating to a local school based on various dinner bills. Is the amount of the donation proportional to the dinner bill? If so, what would be the donation for a dinner bill of $50? If not, explain. Oh, they're being so tricky. They don't want to tell you for sure that it's a proportion, but they want to leave it out. So here's what you're going to do. The dinner bill is the amount of the donation proportional to the dinner bill. So we're going to do donation over dinner bill. All right, so if the donation is $4.50 and the dinner bill is $25, let's find our unit rate. What's $4.50 divided by 25? 18 cents. Okay. All right, let's try the next one. $5.40 divided by 30. 40 divided by 30. And wouldn't you know it, it's 0.18. Just to check, 630 divided by 35, because sometimes it can be tricky, that's 0.18. And 720 divided by 40 is also 0.18. So the constant of proportionality is 0.18. All right. So if you had a dinner bill of $50, what you would do then is you would take 50 and you would multiply it times 0.18. Think about it. This amount here times 0.18 equals this amount. This amount times 0.18 equals that amount. This amount times 0.18. You get where I'm going with this? So we take a $50 bill and multiply it times 0.18. And we get $9. So the constant of proportionality is 18 cents. And the donation on a $50 dinner would be $9. Pretty cool, right? I'm thinking so. Next, number 10. The table shows the cost to mail various letters based on different weights. Is the cost of mailing a letter proportional to the weight? If so, what would be the cost of mailing a 6-ounce letter? If not, explain. Same kind of question as the last one. All right, we want to know what the cost per weight is. All right, is the cost to the weight. Cost is first, so cost goes on top. So if we have 0.47 over 1, that's a unit rate, so we don't have to do anything with that one. What about 0.68 over 2? Well, you know what? 0.68 is going to give us 34 over 1. 0.34 over 1. That's not equal. This is not a proportion. Let's try another one. 0.89 over 3. I want to turn it into a unit rate, so we'll divide 0.89 by 3. You get 0.297. Okay, and that's rounded. So again, not equal. All right, so this is not a proportion. I don't have to keep going. At this point, I know it's not a proportion. There is no constant of proportionality. And if it says, tell me why, it's because these unit rates are not equivalent. Okay, it doesn't result, all the unit rates are different. Okay, number 11. There are 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup. If you double the amount of fluid ounces, will the amount of cups also double? Write an argument that could be used to defend your solution. Well, let's think about this. If a cup is 8 ounces and you double the ounces, don't you double the cup? You do, okay? So that would be something you could say for that one. Number 12, determine whether the cost of renting equipment is sometimes, always, or never proportional. Well, here's the thing. If you're renting equipment, all right, you could go in and say you want to rent a U-Haul. Let's say they want to charge you a $25 upfront fee, and 50 cents a mile. All right, that's not going to be proportional because of this upfront fee. Now, if you rented a U-Haul and they said, okay, you know, we're just going to charge you 50 cents, $1 a mile, no matter what, however long you keep it, we're going to just charge you $1 a mile, then that would be proportional. Probably not profitable, but proportional. So I would say sometimes, because sometimes they're just going to charge you a flat rate, you know, here you can rent a ladder for $10 a day. All right, no upfront fee or anything, that's proportional. But if they charge an upfront fee or some other thing, or like maybe they say, okay, you're going to pay $25 per day and 10 cents a mile, that's not going to be proportional either. So sometimes would be the answer I would give to that one. All right, well, I think that about covers all the problems that I would have any thought of assigning you. I hope this video was helpful, and make sure you go on over to McGraw-Hill and answer these questions in real life on there so that you get credit for the assignment. Thanks for watching.